We can get into the action and see our screens. And we are going to C4, heading towards B site off the break. Will they walk? Is it contact? It seems it's loud as he lines himself up the smoke. Now hitting their walk buttons. They will go unannounced for now.
For most of you, it'll be the shift key.
For me,
where's your walk?
mouse 5.
I hate it. And, okay, they're going to be 4 players on the side over here towards B any second, but it's all the ruse. Bomb going down towards the underpass. They've drawn this rotation. The flank's coming on in right now from Rain. He's in the wrong place.
Timing's going to gift him 1. But if anything, that should keep Big committed to this plan now. Because they know, well, we can't do anything else. We are here, and this is what we can do with it. Xantares, a very, very potent position as well. Going to hinder the closest approach and funnel them through CT, if not connector. tabseN should be able to get a safe plant here. The CT players are not peeking yet, and tabseN can fall away.
Numbers favoring them in the retake, but numbers on the bomb starting to tick in favor of Big Clan. Brokey, a crucial duel here, trying to force Xantares off the angle, and he does hit the shot. Nice work from him. More required. Bomb's down in his angle and a good shot. The Gyöbi's on the bomb though, and they're not checking it. They're not spraying it. He can't do anything. Good shots, keeping it competitive, keeping them honest, taking the kit off Gyöbi. Cold can't recover it, but FaZe will take the pistol round.
All right, well, that's one step in the right direction here. And I think, you know, the flip-flop with the Faze Clan is probably the same as the community with this team at the moment. We don't really know where to put them. We don't know what the future holds because there have been rumors about niko heading over there towards G2 to meet with his cousin Hunter. And I guess with all these tournaments back-to-back, making these roster changes is a little bit more difficult. But the force buy will come out from the side of Big. And flashed off the line will be cyrusON. That scout pushed on back in the early stages. Territory taken, and coldzera will just make his way in towards that vent room. Slow pace here. We know what Big do once they get this mid territory. Usually they just leave tabseN, but Tizian can be quite the man as well. They do actually throw down 2 smokes towards the connector, so that's a waste of utility there, but at least they've gathered control. Have to clear this, but coldzera, he's going to hear all the steps. Oh, they're not clearing it at all. What is this?
Oh, he can get the double. Jumping off the ladder, he knocks them off the boost. Nearly a third as well. Brokey elsewhere making the scout work, an AK to be recovered. Xantares has got it in his hands only temporarily. coldzera makes him part with the Kalashnikov again. Keto only a Desert Eagle and 5 to find. It certainly doesn't seem too good, and we do wrap things up neat and tidy.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us with FaZe was, you know, once bitten, twice shy sort of thing. We put a lot of stock in that result we saw earlier on, and, you know, all went in, and then we're like, nope, we've taken the bait.
Overcommitted here.
Yeah, you know, it's that friend that says they've changed, but then they act exactly the same. You're like, oh, I've fallen for it.
I hated the kind of dialogue growing up, and I don't know if this was just in my own neck of the woods, but the idea of people don't change, you know, like that was such
definitely do change.
It's such a dismissive way to.
I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago.
No,
I
but
would be very upset if I was.
I mean, some people say it with good intentions, like it's okay, guys. Oh, you know, he's always been like that. So, but regardless, it's just not true. It's a bad lie to perpetuate.
I think if you know, you can acknowledge your shortcomings in life, then you can normally fix them. And I think a shortcoming for cyrusON on the B side here is the fact he's been heard. So Gyöbi's going to make sure the bomb doesn't go down. cyrusON will cop a couple of bullets from that AK-47, and round 3 on the board for FaZe. So a good start for them, as Big, as Alex so astutely pointed out, have chosen to start on the T side here of Mirage. Quite the quizzical one, because normally you want to be starting on that CT side, get a chance to set up that defense and net as many rounds as you can. Bit of a 360 from Xantares as you see him coming out of the apps there. Did you guys play that snowboard game on the
SSX Tricky?
What was it? Was it 1080?
I think SSX was my gen, but I didn't play the 64 too much.
Okay, well, standard utility towards mid, and there he is, the danger man himself. tabseN patrolling middle on his own while the other 4 head over towards the B side of things. Xantares coming through the underpass to help on out. But in the early stages, the B site is kind of open. It's just Gyöbi without that patented AUG to defend from the catwalk position.
Is on the way at least, and the timing might just be right, and I think it is. It's coming to place at the perfect timing. He was very alone otherwise. You're spot on. Gyöbi was a bit of an island. But let's see how the timing works out for Brokey. could maybe get caught in a slight, adjustment of position, but they're posturing as though they're falling away from this, not particularly subtly. Kjaerbye would have definitely heard a step or the landing of the jump, so well aware that they were towards the B halls, but they were posturing like they were falling away from it.
Well, tabseN's taken space in towards Connector and almost wins that duel against Kjaerbye. He's going to be held on notice as looks like the bomb is going back towards the A site, but they are clearly posturing towards B with presence and damage. Tucked Kjaerbye and Brokey all the way back into the site, and Syrison here, he might just hang around for like a late cat flank if they are able to plant on the A bomb site. So right now it looks like we're going to see 2 up through mid / the window room and 2 up through A ramp or Palace. 30 seconds now. Need to get a wriggle on here, Big.
Oh no, you just remind me of Big being exceedingly slow, time running out. We've got 20 seconds. I really hope we don't see that today. And what we are seeing though is niko dealing with Connector with ease.
Here we go. That was the frag they needed, but niko immediately denies, as does the Molotov. Rain's on the parade, and it will be 4-4 FaZe. A sigh out of my mouth, but it's FaZe Clan will be doing quite the opposite, 4-0.
So this is quite the theme that we've seen with the big clan, Lauren. I remember when we had the Spirit game, it was during Pro League playoffs, and they started really slow on their Inferno T-side, but then they rectified that quite quickly. They did come in with a pace change. It was just the first couple that were
like
slow.
7-1, and then...
I don't know why it starts like that. I've never seen it work in any other way than, oh, we've left ourselves with no option and we're playing against a team that occasionally can have these individuals basically do anything they want when the pressure's on. So yeah, I don't know why they open up that realm of possibility.
I was going to say its first map was, but when it was against Spirit picked Inferno, and that means that Big got to start on the CT side, so it was in the second half. I don't know, maybe they're a bit more tentative on their T sides. They want to feel things out and see if they can win those duels, just going for, like, the intention was clear, right? tabseN goes for room. If they get a B pick, well, then they quickly have 3 other players behind Syrison to funnel on towards the site. But then after not getting a kill, not getting territory, and not really being able to bait out that much utility, they're left with all these questions. And now moving into round number 5, they do have the saved AWP, but Syrison is bottomed out because he didn't get the loss bonus. The Deagles will come on through, utility behind that as well. Let's see if Big can be a little bit more threatening this time. There's the early warning signal, so the vent is not broken. Keep that in mind if we see a window boost coming in from Big.
Right. Keep that in mind. Kjaerbye unloading an AUG mag and a wallbang actually from the Deagle, no less. Anthony finding a light touch. niko finding more than that, tagged down to 27 in middle. They're walking in. coldzera likely going to find at least one here. He's tucked into the corner anti-flash, but Kjaerbye finding Tizzy, and that could beckon him into Syrson's crosshairs. T-side AWPing, falling flat. Kjaerbye standing strong.
Unthreatening once again. This crossfire didn't look all that phased by it. Excuse the pun, it's really not the intention. Syrson dealt with. There was no pressure on either of them. There was no utility that put either of them in a bad spot where you're like, okay, I'm isolated now. This is me in a 1v3 basically. It felt quite comfy, which isn't really what you want.
Well, now the guns come out, so let's get the business end underway, because we did hear from Nexa and Alexi V saying that games can start with a 5-0 deficit. Well, that's exactly what's happening right here for Big Clan, and they don't have kills on tzyzyaN or tabseN just yet. Only one for Syrison as well, the Danger Man. MAC-10 in the hands of tzyzyaN going into round number 6. And back over towards the B bomb site they truck. But look at this. Heavy presence towards A. You've got 1 towards Connector, 2 towards the Shadow/Palace position, 1 over towards Window, and Kjaerbye late towards B after dropping a deep smoke. But tzyzyaN's ahead of it. They're setting up to execute. It will be the B finish.
Yeah, and normally we've seen coldzera over there, and we also saw Brokey. So it's down to Kjaerbye to buy time because he's on his own. He's heard all the steps. He's seen everything. He didn't see that, though. tzyzyaN bounding through, getting some nice control over the B site.
Yeah, it kind of falls to niko now. Brokey's going to be locked out for a while. So will niko at this point with the smoke grenade, but Rain joining him. A deeper smoke. Syrson might try and push through this, and that's the way in. Knows there's a potential for the peak, and k1to's going to have to keep his head down. Zintara's trying to keep him busy. k1to re-peeking for the tap. More where that came from. Good flashes. Zintara's profits. k1to too. Only Brokey trying to save the Zoom banger.
Well, good round here from Big. Finally on the board. Now, those who aren't too aware is what is on the line right here. This is the decider match from Group B. We had FaZe beat Heroic, and we had Big lose to OG in their opening matchups. FaZe then went on to play against OG yesterday, where OG secured themselves a spot in the semi-finals by beating FaZe. And Big, well, they took down Heroic. They've matched up 4 times since coming back from the player break, once within the grand final of the DreamHack Open Summer. Then they played within the realms of Cologne, I believe it was, and then even in the Pro League playoffs. So they played a lot of Counter-Strike. And Big came out on top of Heroic just the other day, and that's why we're finding ourselves Faze versus Big. Winner of this will go through to play Vitality, who is waiting on the other side of the bracket. We've already got 3 of our finalists, just need 1 more. Now niko, aggressive up middle. We said that might be a problem for tabseN, and tabseN is passive to deal with that. Now on towards A, they barrel. Rain, he's tucked on in towards Sandwich. Pressure will be applied momentarily. Molotov in hands of keto to deal with this, but will they clear it?
Good question, and Rain obviously would love them to be...
That's 2 mollies not used for Sandwich. Maybe there's a chance.
They do have 2 more, though. Still got to see. One of them is with Tizian, so that isn't here. So it is just 1 remaining. Xantares, well, didn't really come to much, sadly. Rain tried to be a little bit too proactive, and tabseN greets him with a smile. So much of a bit of a pause here, see if there's any more aggression, but then you do see Xantares trying to get involved. Does have a little bit of a slip, falls down by Sandwich, and coldzera gets an additional second to go. Well, it's clear.
Yeah, I think there's time to expect the Fakey boys back in town.
They don't really have a lot of utility to be doing this, though. They need to brute force their way in. So it's just 2 flashes and a molly. And meanwhile, Faze are tucked away. So tabseN now, after that kill, going back over towards the A side of things. Pressure on Kyobi. We do have Brokey in tow. tabseN's been spotted. Does niko want more? Oh, he does, and he's dead.
Okay, Brokey. What can you do? Kyobi in perfect tow, perfect unison. The spray is there. Need another from Kyobi here. And it's Xantares. The flashes are good in support. He has the smoke to play around, but he's sticking around. Xantares goes down. Big frag. And back to a 2-on-2, but the time's now becoming a bit of a factor here. seule needs the frag, the smoke buying time for Kyobi. He doesn't need to peek, but he does. And steps into the line of fire for seule to punish. That's a lot of pressure relieved now. The Valve lets out steam. Oh, I get it now.
And coldzera knows at least the one was still on the side because of the timing. He spots the other, and that's the classic coldzera you want. Holds the spray and holds around together. Faze going to make it to 6, and Big, again, leaving very limited time for good post plants on that, taking a couple more seconds, but coldzera just dealing with it so well.
Yeah, huge stuff from Cold there, coming in clutch in a big moment, and that's going to be 6 on the board for Faze. The money with Big getting that plant, it should be good enough to go for a buy, but wow, a round that was looking good for Big. Kyobi did his absolute best to slow this on down, and then look who it is. coldzera coming on through, 2 big kills, 8 kills now to his name. He's getting fired up about that one. So Faze Clan looking good with a 6-1 scoreline. Big will be taking their 2nd time out within 7 rounds. So they're really on the back foot here, kicking off the map pick of Faze today. This one likely has 3 maps written all over it, as we do have Nuke coming up as the 2nd and Dust 2 if we need it as the 3rd. But you can see here scores on the doors within these first 7 rounds of play. coldzera 115 ADR, 114 for niko. That's the blockbuster star duo. Kyobi coming in with 108. And on the other side of things, we've got Xantares leading the way with 6 kills, 4 for keto. seule really yet to come online, only 2 frags for him, but on the CT side is where he seems to be a little bit more proficient with that AWP. Will be the buy coming on out. Most players keeping around that 2K mark. Little love tap there. Take that, keto.
That's no fun for anyone. Well, other than, of course, the team that didn't get stabbed.
They really have a affinity for this B side of the map, don't they, Big? Heading back over here within the early stages, the bomb actually on the back of tabseN, so that could become a bit of a drama here. Not sure if he knows he's leading the way with this or he wants to show something to draw out a rotation, but either way, this is dangerous stuff. He has the bloody bomb.
Connector with this. Like, if it was to show, sure, if it was on Cat, maybe, but...
What is going on?
What?
They got the read. Brokey does find Xantares. That was the only person to back him up, and Cold, he can stop that plant from short. God, tabseN's playing a dangerous game, and at this time, the risk versus reward has not been found. Bomb down now. seule should die on the re-peek, and yeah, niko holding the off angle up, elevated, just winning the round. It's Tizian on B. And there was a chance, perhaps, had he arrived on short to deny it, but...
That's ugly.
It's ugly Counter-Strike indeed. Yeah, Chad, you know, we talked about Faze being inconsistent on a map-to-map basis. It seems it might be Big Clan to be attributed something similar.
Yeah, map to map, day to day. There's a lot of Counter-Strike going on, but there's some teams who have shown consistency, and there's some who are showing the complete opposite here. So Brokey taking that frag, and yeah, tabseN assuming that his teammates were going to be able to cover him because they did do a B fake, and that's what opened the avenue. But I don't know if that was the plan off the bat. If it was, it's a fantastic read of the rotations of Faze from Big, but it's not really netting them any rounds. Guns come back out, all for Sirius, and Molotov towards mid. Standard business coming on through here from both sides as they're spread out in the classic 2-1-2 CT defense. The run boost, here we go, Sirius. Can you land it? Look at that, specially as you like, onto the box.
That
10 points from
good.
the judges.
It's the style of the AWP, the gloves, he's got the Vox sticker, he's got it all, really.
Yeah, he's a man with taste, that Vox sticker.
Truly, I don't know what it is that really just speaks to me, but it truly does resonate. However, they still need to put some placement to these, because 7-1 now is becoming a problem. The scoreline not looking so nice.
This is usually where Big Clan come online, though, because I swear every
ridiculous.
game I start telling the storyline of, oh dear, what's happened to Big Clan today? And then by the end of the half, we go, well, 9-6. If they win the pistol, that's a pretty good half, and then they do.
Yeah.
But let's see if that's the case today.
Sure, I'm with you. And Sirius's with the first shot there, finding niko. Trying to get a little bit curious through connector, but it once again will probably look towards coldzera, and if it's Kjaerbye over there, would be the next person to fall in line. But it looks like time's being taken. They're going quite quickly up short, at least, so they should really begin this now.
Oh, good shot. Brokey actually equals the odds before the take. Cold's going to have to do a lot here next to his graffiti on the B side. 30 seconds, this will be the commitment. He burns himself to a crisp. He got the timing wrong there. That's a nasty way to go. A lot of pressure now on Kjaerbye, and that's a big frag from keto. Brokey doing his best. He hasn't missed a shot. Finally, he does, and keto, double kill for him. That death from coldzera is a little bit of an oopsie.
Yeah, I thought there, if Brokey hit that shot onto keto, would have had a real opportunity in that one. When he starts up, he doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Brokey, he's pretty proficient on that AWP. And speaking of which, he has been dropped across one. He's dropped out the rifle. We'll purchase on through that armor, and the match will be paused. Rushley, server conditions, my friend.
The weather is absolutely beautiful today. I think there was a bit of a sun glare in one of the players' eyes. I think we're just trying to adjust the sun in the server just a little bit to make it a bit more playable today.
Okay, good stuff.
Yesterday I tuned in to listen to the 100 Thieves game. Very late at night, obviously, after the matchmaking adventures. And I heard the Goonies discussing DayZ Rush. How does that make you feel?
DayZ used to be a starter game of mine. That's really what propelled me to this position, believe it or not.
Famous.
I'm a very big DayZ fan. I need to play it more, to be honest.
You can catch some really good Rushley DayZ content on his
Yeah, with that guy, Freddy on PC or something.
Something like that,
Yeah.
Freddy on PC. Check that out.
In like 240p, I believe.
240, yeah. 240p.
Okay.
Bunny hop tutorials are there as well, I think.
I think they're quite good as well. I've heard that.
Some of the best in the world.
Yeah, honestly, he just
I don't know why
picked it up.
Yonders was so mad at that.
Yeah, he just had a quick week's practice, and he's picked up a nice little quirk.
Mechanical, didn't it?
Did. Searson finding the first death of the round, and actually, niko's gotten away with it.
Slippery.
Wasn't for those damn meddling kids. Brokey, one of them, medals further. tabseN's gone. And that was a small ASMR session with Alex and Lauren.
Yeah, normally I push the talk on when I play games and I see a shot like that, I just go, ooh.
Yeah,
no one hears it, but
exactly.
now you guys hear it.
Yeah, it's a deviation. It's what happens when you cast 6 days a week, 7 weeks straight, 14 hours a day. It does wear at your vocabulary. Now I just make sounds sometimes. I apologize. It's not necessarily what I consider to be premium casting. It's just a product of a human being talking for 14 hours straight, 7 weeks straight, 6 days a week.
My vocab has dipped into yayeet ne ne.
Yeah.
And that's literally it. It's terrible.
Let's see if we can cast this 1v3 with just the sounds. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Someone's listening in their car, coming back from work.
Someone's just tuned in. What are you listening to, Johnny? What on earth are you listening to? Come here now.
8-2 on the board for Faze as they've won the first half of the first map of the second series here on day number 4. This was the opener right here, and niko is a bit slippery, isn't he? He gets away. I think Brokey gets a Scooby snack after those two.
I watched Scooby-Doo last night to fall asleep. It was like a modern one.
A modern one?
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
How did you end on that?
Well, Lauren, when it's at a certain time of the evening and I'm at a certain mental state, I don't want anything too
much
hard.
Taxing
for my brain. I just need moving pictures that I don't...
Cartoons?
Yeah, precisely.
I see.
Yeah, but it was cool. They actually...
Did they solve it?
Shaggy and Scooby... I fell asleep well before the end,
who
but
knows?
Shaggy and Scooby were up to their usual antics. They chewed up some sweets and...
jinkies.
Spat them out like machine guns. Classic. Very classic maneuver. Very Warner Brothers.
Okay, well, 8-2, guns are out. Alt for Syrison once more. The plant was fantastic for Big's economy, so big thumbs up for Keto there to be able to get that bad boy down. And, well, the slow approach towards middle coming in once again. This time, Tabson not patrolling alone. He's got a couple of friends, Tizian and Keto, down towards the underpass. The run boost towards top mid as Syrison will fly. He's just going to peer on out on top of Tabson's head right there. And, well, Zentaras has been left over towards A, watching Palace and the A ramp push. Needs a couple more eyes. Maybe a Cypher camera right there would help. And this could be a kill as just tucked under was Cold, crouching. Not going to be seen from that bench position. Molotov towards the vent room, in tandem with a Molotov onto the floor of the vent room, completely clearing out that zone. So no worries unless coldzera smokes in front and pushes on in. Flash might indicate somebody was home. And 40 seconds now, indication heading over towards this A side of things through connector. That'll be the play, that'll be the finish.
Yep. I need a little more than the old Cypher cam at this point. niko spots all the goodies being put down. He knows what's up, but he still cops the shot. Head now rolls. Rain's in such a good spot for this. And because you know that Big are going to play this down to the final couple of seconds.
You're right.
If he stops that bomb plant... Is Tizian watching this?
He hasn't heard the plant?
Huh.
Either way, he's playing spoiler right now.
Ooh, Tizian's found the adjustment very quickly. Good, does hit the nice tap. From tap to tab, he's gone. Brokey finding the frag, and now just a question of preservation. Wants to maintain his AWP.
Needs to maintain his AWP. And he's abysmal over there for Faze Clan, and that's him going down. Syrison with his second AWP kill of the round.
This is exactly what we're talking about. From 7-1.
Yeah, now it's likely to be 8-7.
8-3 could have an 8-7 half here.
Just lock it in, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you after the break.
Good as done. Stick a fork in her.
And put her in the oven.
Because it's done.
Yeah.
Why would you put it in the oven if it was done?
Exactly.
Keep it warm. Keep it warm.
That works. That's with the bacon I was talking about when I do the scrambled eggs. So I'll do the bacon. I've bought an extra pan now. I wonder how the pans are going. I wonder if Henry's using the pans. Anyway,
I've been on, Discord, TeamSpeak. He's not cooking food.
Yeah.
No, it's, what we're getting tonight. I'm like, what are you cooking? Nah.
I did like Birchall's smoothie bar for a little while, but this is a force buy from Big. So if they can't make anything of this round, sorry, from Faze, not from Big. But if Faze are unable to convert anything with this upgraded Deagles and Brokey going all in on the M4A4, they will be finding themselves on an eco in round number 13. And that means that 8-7.5 we were joking about does become more and more of a reality.
Yeah, it's almost like we've seen these games before a couple of times.
Well, this is the thing. You know what Nexa and Alexi B was saying? How about you just don't get down 8-3?
See, now this is the discussion that you have to eventually have. It's like, yes, less rounds. Obviously, let's understand the implication of adjusting economy accordingly, right? So you're not going to be in a deficit of like money for 4 rounds if you haven't messed up.
You're not even anymore anyway.
No, the economy's
how
mad.
Many buys we see these days. There's almost every round's some kind of serviceable gun round. Even this is a save, and they have 4 bloody Deagles.
Ooh, Rain, not bad. Nice little playing off the back of the flash from Kirby. But obviously the bomb's going B, so this should be perfectly fine. Yes, Syrison could be in trouble.
Run!
But, Rain's on it. Called to the hunt. Syrison trying to keep him on the move.
He's keeping him busy at least, giving him something to do, giving him someone to look for.
Oh, you can shoot him in the back now as well.
I wonder if he wants to go for this carnival shooting gallery. Hello. Repick. He doesn't have to fight. But look at this. They're all drawn to him. He probably will go down, if I'm going to be honest with you here, unless Tabson can bail him one out. And Tabson making footsteps. He grabs one. Will get traded by Rain. And there goes the AWP. So that's going to be secured on over. And that's important because of that investment from FaZe. Saving this AWP actually makes them very dangerous going into the next round. Wasn't as clean as Big would have liked it to have been. They will get the 4th round on the board here. But look at the money situation now. So for that of FaZe, they won't invest, but they will be able to drop that AWP to Brokey. And you can see the Deagle for Rain. He could drop that across to niko. And at this point, they actually are going to have a decent buy again. Another fair crack of the whip. Good shots. No shaky aim with the deagle. There's no time or place for that one right there. So those pistols are being dropped across. Kirby holds on to his deagle. Brokey gets his AWP. niko gets the deagle from old boy Rain. And it's just coldzera stuck there on the USP. Some flashes coming on through for Rain as well. So if Brokey finds a pick or two, this one can be interesting for FaZe. Oh, I'm going to try and boost him on up here. Hello, hello.
Quite nice.
Tizian's close. Tizian's quick. And the deagle might bait him into a false sense of security here. Has Brokey scoped on in yet, Rushley? No, he hasn't. So if he scopes in, that'll be heard. Tizian will know. Okay.
Okie dokie.
You see people spam that a lot. Seeing kills, very, very rare. That's a great
the first
start.
one I've seen in a long time.
That is
let alone with a
great
deagle.
Start.
Mad. That's an AK too. That falls into the hands. Now, he doesn't have armor, but a gun away is a gun away, whichever you want to cut that. And now we're looking at the minute mark by the time they even posture anywhere, really, just due to the fact, yes, they've got a bit of mid control, but
and they're scared of B.
Choke points are there. They're now losing territory at B. Honestly, Brokey could leave this if he wanted.
This setup's going to be
dangerous.
Perfect. niko can clear across to mid as well from the window position, and he's doing that right now. So that smoke over towards connector, it doesn't net them anything, right? That's gone towards jungle from tabs, and if they retool towards B and Brokey's still up towards this balcony position and can pivot.
Timing,
yeah, this is
love it.
really bad news.
There's a frag. Tabson's still in middle. There's no surprises there, and don't know if niko was
30
looking.
seconds.
Whether he can confirm that bomb. So it looks like they're going A.
It's got to be Rain or bust, right? Like, that's the big man with the gun and the armor and everything there. Now, the bomb's probably safe from it, but if he can get these two, that's a very tough take towards the site. Spots one, Xantares not so quiet, but doesn't have to be when he hits the shot. coldzera probably... Oh, I really thought he would have had that, but doesn't.
Two chances there, two opportunities. Taking the low HP Xantares would have given Cold enough time to adjust into the Tabson swing. And of course, Rain just fluffing his lines there. He knew he had to step out, didn't want to be cleared by the Xantares pre-fire. But just the shots weren't there. So it does seem like that gap that was previously so large. 6 rounds used to separate FaZe and Big, and now, with the 5th being confirmed, only 3.
A shot from Kirby, another good one. He had that deagle kill to open things up, and now a couple of AK ones to finish things off. Money not great for Big, so if they want to keep hunting forward, they're going to be giving up a few more guns, but Xantares will finish him off there, and that spam kill. Yeah, like I said, you never really see those coming through, especially in that fashion. So Tizian getting the rough end of it there. Look at Kirby go. Crouching, keep that accuracy. Pop your uncle, and well, the good kills onto the A site will net Big their 5th round. So more and more, this 8-7 is looking likely. Fist bumps come in. Back underway we go. Scratch of the head there from Brokey, and he'll have his ult back out. Org for Kirby, coldzera on the Famas. Kit's in play. Utility a little bit light. Only 2 Molotovs to work with, and one's already been thrown. So Brokey's taking a lot of space. There's no information for the CT side over towards middle. Just coldzera to smoke and try and jiggle off. And they're going to have to rotate around as this round progresses, as Tabson takes towards top middle. They haven't used the top of Cat smoke to give away their presence. But footsteps can be heard from this position from Rain. So if they're very, very noisy towards the top mid-box, Rain will be able to hear a thing or two. Smoke over towards connector being set on up. Coming through the underpass position will be Tizian. All 3 players from Big hiding behind that mid-box. Nade's going out now. Xantares dealing with the Palace push, but meanwhile, it will be Rain pushing a ramp. So, trading places. Oh, Tizian's just looked away here. Double molly again, coldzera will have to fight. Look at this. Oh, just on top of the ladder here. So found the one safe Hazen.
Nice.
More of that.
Accidental mouth sounds. niko fancies his chances. He's got 38 seconds for this take to come in. coldzera's locked the door behind them. They're trapped in connector. And Xantares relieves the pressure.
That was jungle kill. That's
caught.
Huge.
Yeah, they can just flood the site now. And the tail is caught. Cold grabs it. And I like that he's tucked back into the short potential swing with Kirby. They will take that fight. Rain, danger man from ramp. He can distract him here. And he has. He gets the bomb loose.
Denied.
Only 10 seconds. Xantares needs this frag now. And he gets it. But his teammate's falling in the process. Where's that bomb? Xantares has to plant now, and he is. The flashes are enough. The nade will find him after time. No.
Oh, how is he alive? Searson
Great comeback.
Wow.
Big Clan have completely stabilized into this first half.
That's a yikes. It's 2,900 going into the last round of the first half here. And as you can see, we got EG versus FURIA coming up this evening.
Ooh, that is a banging matchup, isn't it?
Yeah, FURIA's got the better of them the last couple of times these two teams have matched up. Now, it is a round robin for
I
the
think I'll be
RMR.
popping that on the TV tonight.
9 p.m., Alex. So
Okay.
put that one in your diary.
Well, we'll be playing CS. I'll have that on in the background. That'll be
Oh, yeah,
perfect.
That's right. We will have some games.
I'm really excited to play some games.
Me too. I mean, Chad did that thing where he was like, "Yeah, I'll probably do it," and then like slowly said more and more evasive language.
I only ever say I'll play if I'm going to play, and I said I'm going to play.
Oh god, that's exciting. We'll see if we can get Hankan Rush.
yeah.
That's a full 5 stack.
Rush you down?
Yes.
That was fine. That's
Okay.
fine. That's fine.
We don't need to hear the. I've actually been invited for a Danger Zone forum meetup.
But we know that Rush and I can get home and probably get in about 4 or 5 Danger Zone games before everyone else is ready.
Yeah, Lauren does that thing where she. Hang on now.
She gets home from work. She likes to relax.
No,
you know.
I was only going to make a joke, but she's going to take offense.
No,
so I don't.
I don't. Because you did it yesterday, repeating
Exactly.
jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we are. No,
We're
it's
broken records at this
No,
point.
because I have to always get the people. So I'm not on Steam going, hey, random person, I haven't spoken to him on, let's fancy some CS, you know, because no one else gets them. And I'm like,
Fortunately.
hey, guys, you want to get in the server now? We're all here. Everyone restarted their clients from Deathmatch. Henry hasn't.
Really happy that we've got a round of Counter-Strike ahead of us.
It's a good one, too,
The
Alex.
final one, actually, of this first half of our second map, of our second game of our 4th day of IEM New York 2020 Online. Here we go. It could be over in a blink of an eye. It's a 5v5 on A. Oh, excuse me, a 5v4. I correct myself. Kierby's holding his nerve a beat. Tizian's got the bomb in the smoke, and he hasn't gone down. In fact, his teammates have found frags. The Big Clan chaos manifests, and as we framed it, Big Clan have found it. A complete turnaround and reversal of the opening 8 rounds of play.
Who would have called the 8-7?
Who would have?
Only a madman.
No one. No one could possibly have called this. In fact, you know, it's great that we ran the MR12 versus MR15 video ahead of a perfect example of the standard Counter-Strike half.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, no, if we want to have as many chances to get in every single match as possible, this is the way to do it.
And the burst shot. Oh. Okay, 8-7. Couldn't be closer. Great comeback from Big Clan. From 7-1 down, they find 6 in the remaining half. We'll be back to see how the second fares.
In the clouds, and I'll take it, yeah. Reminding myself to just let go. Don't wonder how far I can fall. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out. I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down. Never fade out. Never fade out.
Go to hell and back just to feel the fire.
7-1 to 8-7. A T-side big can be proud of in the end. A CT's perhaps the same. Faze Clan now heading over to the attack. It is our second game of the day. It's the first map. Mirage. It's territory we're all too familiar with. Faze Clan especially. It's their choice. We're heading into a real bloody war once again. So raise your cans in the air. Like you just don't care.
Do you like the Hives, Alex?
The Hives, as in the band, not the problem.
No, the band.
Yeah.
Hate to say I told you so. Good song, right?
Absolument.
Feels very appropriate. Lots of utility for the T's coming into this phase, have a plan in mind. And for now, if they went on it in this second, excluding keto, it would have been a good idea. Everyone was leading towards B, leaving all that safety in the hands of keto, and he's done exceedingly well. Already dinked up, meant to have backed away, but he didn't. He stayed around, he stuck his ground, and he got 2 for it.
Yeah, tabseN had time to pull up pin and pull the pistol back out.
Hard to win now for niko and Cold. It's the two names you'd want alive, but it's a 2-on-5 situation, and they haven't been able to get any ground or that bomb down. Smoked off towards Apps. Pushing on out is Cold. He'll get finished off, and keto on low HP grabs another. So great round there from Big, keeping it clean, all 5 staying alive. And keto from that position, we've seen him do that a couple of times.
And I remember you saying keto could not necessarily be, you know, the star, but he's certainly one of the team players that have come up and looked quite sharp when it comes down to his individual presence. So if he starts having a good game, this could swing a little heavier towards that big side.
Yeah, and once we see Faze now limping on in with these Deagles, Brokey holding on to a bit of extra cash. If Big win this one, we're going to see them quickly trickle on up to 10 rounds. So let's see how they go. With all 5 staying alive in the previous, be some upgrades coming through. We have Famis's, an AUG, MP9, and the Scout for Sirius. And flash towards top mid. It's good. tabseN sees nothing. He's going to dip on back, make sure he can't be caught out by the crunch from the underpass position. As Kirby, he will be patrolling through there. Over towards Palace will be coldzera. 3 towards top mid. And it looks like they want to take mid control. The bomb has been left towards the top mid, so they're just searching for frags right now, Faze.
Yeah, this could be a tumultuous task. Nice work from Xantares. Deals with the first, and getting more and more difficult for Faze Clan with every passing frag, though the flash into window is indicative of presence. They haven't checked it. He's going to have a look. Could be Rain's frag here.
Still have 2 smokes as well. Rain has 1 of those, so if he goes down in window, it's going to take out one of the plays that they can go for. And Xantares thinking better of this.
Certainly aware of the threat. tabseN noted, but player who hadn't been does die for it. Xantares goes down.
They're in trouble here.
Do they check on it? Yes, they do. Absolutely, they do. Deagles, those hand cannons.
They can wrap B. Tizian's pushing in case they go A, but there is a very possible pivot, and they do descend into middle. seule will hear this.
Underpass. He's hearing the footsteps, surely.
Yeah, Tizian's on the way back.
Close.
Yeah?
Timing's horrible on this as well.
Okay, Tizian, now we're cooking. He's got so much control, but now seule gone down. Tizian's the only way back into this round now. If he can get himself a double kill, maybe even tag up the last, keto can arrive late and tidy up. A smoke on the windows, that's only going to encourage him to stay a little longer. Oh, Brokey jumping for info. Tizian starts to accelerate, making lots of noise, hunting the Brokey frag. Rain's got him another one. Saving Faze Clan, bailing them out of this one, and they're winning the second round force here. keto finding the first. The flash is good. Ooh, tagging up Brokey, getting a bit sketchy now. Could very well come back into this. We lose the X-ray. We're living in the eyes of keto now as he looks to answer questions. Where the bloody hell are they? He spotted one, didn't he? Rain gets it. Quad kill.
I want to highlight Rain there as well. That kill on seule was massive. I thought seule could be the other part of the puzzle when coming back through, because, you know, who was going through those BE apartments was great, but the timing just faded away. Rain, huge value. So he got this on towards Xantares. That was Kirby finding the next Eagle. But again, Rain's presence, very annoying to play around.
Yeah, and you can see those footsteps. It completely brought seule into the fact it was just going to be all through the upper B apartments. He was going to try and tuck in towards the pillar at short and try and scout them as they jump out the window to allow his teammates to rotate over. If anything, he just gave Rain a free kill with his booty exposed. So they're going to force buy back themselves. 9-8 now in favor of Faze. And while Kirby, he gets his AUG very quickly on this T side. Not something we see every day of the week.
A new casting challenge for our next eco round comes in from Drew on Twitter. He says, You guys casting with sounds only was fun. Next up, one word each in order to form a sentence. Rushley with the final word. It sounds like fun.
Want to start now?
I don't...
Maybe the next one.
Wait for like an
actually, this gets a bit scary.
This is Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Lauren. Armored Deagles, 2 rifles, not even that. 1. That's practically a full buy.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, the economy's in a weird way, but Sirison, in a damn good way, already going to find Rain's scalp. Looks for another, gets the tag, but does fall.
Yeah, so that tag doesn't necessarily feel as good when you've only hit 1 shot now with tabseN and the rifle. Trying to be baited in by Zentares, and it might work. Yeah, it does. Oh, that was his chance. Molly's good. Brokey's not going to be forced out by that one. Whoops.
coldzera's balcony position here is going to be hard to clear.
Yeah, this gets awkward immediately, and Zentares just picked up a rifle.
They keep these?
Yep.
So just note as well, they both have deagles. So this is what we were talking about in the previous. We saw Faze be able to pull off something similar. With these deagles, they will be dropped across. Zentares and tabseN, I assume, will hold on to these rifles, and they'll be able to have another threatening round. Also note that Zentares and tabseN have armor. There's no point just throwing that away. Sure. Can see if they can make themselves a little bit more of a round as we move into the next, which will be round number 19. Bomb goes off, 10 for Faze. They're the first ones to reach the double digits here today on map number 1. But I think all in all, Big have another threatening round, so we might have to save that little word game until a little bit later in the half.
We'll remember, Drew. Don't worry.
We gotcha.
Do you reckon it's just Drew, or is it short
Drew
for like
Moya.
Drew?
He's an author from the West Midlands.
Oh, okay.
He's written a
I always
book.
love that.
Oh my goodness, he's written a book about Whitby. I actually know where that is.
I always love it when it's like, oh, and we have James.
I've been to Whitby, says our producer. There you go. He's written a book about it. Shout out to Drew Moya and his book. Yeah.
Hi guys, Drew here.
Free promo, you're welcome.
Drew here, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh man, I love a bit of viewer interaction. Feel free to reach out on the Twitter sphere, keep things interesting and warm our cockles of our dead hearts. As we do see a fast one. Tizian is actually going to give it a good go. 1 for 1. Now Zentares steps up to the plate. Smoke encourages him further and entices him into the site. The 4 CTs are rotating. I don't know how long this will last, though. niko does catch 1 on the rotation. That was the tail end of it. seerson pulled back across. Seems like FaZe have stabilized here, and all they have to do is group up as a unit, convert what should be a guaranteed round.
Not so worried about the flank either. Kirby has that covered. He's tucked into a difficult-to-clear corner, so they have a good understanding of what's coming their way with niko patrolling in middle, listening for any extra footsteps, and, well, he's just spotted 1. Here he goes. See you later, niko. tabseN putting the barrel down his throat.
Zentares is going to get burnt here. He steps out. He is going to be forced even wider, and coldzera has found 1. Zentares continues to be a thorn in their side, and AK, 1 headshot's all he needs. He finds the body. And the bomb steps into the line of fire of Kjaerbye, and now a one-on-one. Kjaerbye known for his signature aim, now has to apply it into seerson. I will remind you, seerson is unarmored, and Kjaerbye's just unloaded all of his utility with nothing gained, still throwing him out as he scoops up a smoke.
He is so unaware of the fact that seerson could be close. I feel as though this is, it's good for seerson because he can adjust like, I don't like it. This is weird from both sides. Kjaerbye still unsure, still trying to find a way through, but 10 seconds, it's going to come down to just the straight shot. Kjaerbye wins it. That's mad. Yeah,
he cancels the flip of the knife. I think he deserves a little bit of a victory lap after that one. This was the frag from tabseN that impressed.
Just elevated up straight into niko's face there, so big stuff. And Zentares did everything he possibly could to slow this one down. Kjaerbye, I don't understand how he gets the better of seerson there. I guess just moving through that smoke, and it's a big clutch. You can see what that means.
It's good to see that niko's fully invested. You don't get a full air fist bump if you're not invested into the game at hand. And Chad is here to remind us of the stakes.
Yeah, winner of this one here will be going through to face Vitality in the semi-final. Loser out of the tournament. Decider match here today. Both teams having defeated Heroic. Quite the feat in online Counter-Strike in recent times. Heroic have been one of the best teams in the world, but we could say that about Big just a couple of months ago going into the player break. They were the #1 team in the world. Coming into Cologne, they fall flat. We heard from Tizian about the mental block they have against Sprout. They got their coach, they got a couple of their players, and when they go into that one, they're trying more not to lose than to get the W on the board. Well, they need the W here today, and we get back underway. The guns are finally out. Another threatening round to deal with, as no kits are in play right now for Big, so keep that in mind if we get into a post plant. Looks like FaZe are going for a default spread, but with clear indication of hitting this A side of things. And the other day when seerson was hitting connector shots with the AWP, it was Big. So we need to see if he can manifest any more of that.
He's going to fall away from the window for now and maybe readjust, but only merely into the eyes of Broky. Very well played. This is success in middle and towards the A site as well. So this should spur on, if not solidify, the hits about to come through.
Seems FaZe have really tidied up some of what was previously ailing them. Nade does kill his teammate. Yeah, he's probably not going to be too proud of that one. Let's hope this doesn't spiral. This was a 3v5. They don't have to rush it. The bomb doesn't need to be planted immediately. And sometimes we see teams falling flat at the mark just in pursuit of the plant, but this one's uncontested. There is a flank. A timer set by Tizian.
No kit, though, so they need to get a wriggle on right here, Big.
They're all fights to get through. That's the thing, like, fight plus literally just getting to the bomb.
There should be a save.
I don't think they can do this. They can make it costly, but I don't, as I said, I don't think there's time. Tizian got his fight now. The bomb's halfway ticked. So he takes down Kiebi, sure, that's an AK, but now Broky, new position, spots Zantaris. He knows there's a player by a ramp. He's got his buddies calling on that. No problem. This is shutdown.
Good patience, really good patience, and a good round for Faze Clan. They'll take that with a smile on their face.
We might get the one word now, I think. Big look like they will have to take just a partial investment here. So who's going to kick us off?
Do you go left or right?
Oh, we're doing the sentence thing?
Yep.
Left to right would... do we start with Rush and end with Rush?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Well...
Then.
It's...
Time.
For...
Oh, I forgot Rush exists. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Let's try again. Go, Rush.
Well...
Then.
It's...
The same.
That's 2 words.
I know, but let's not start with well again, Rush. Let's start somewhere else,
Let's
mate.
try and get this round started with Drew's fancy new challenge.
Well...
I...
Think.
Rush.
Is...
A...
Idiot.
Terrible.
Terrible.
All right, let's not start with Rush. Let's get Rush out of this.
Yeah, you know what? You're cancelled. Go observe.
Okay, I'll start it off. Goes to Chad. Zantaris.
Eagle.
Waiting.
Patiently.
Rain.
Bad.
That was me.
It was him!
Is it?
Yeah!
I don't know. I'm just trying to cast. Sorry. Yeah, it's harder than I anticipated. I can't concentrate on more than one thing at once.
50.
Tares.
This is really hard. 4v3. Cold's got another kill, and this one's going to be wrapped up. Maybe Rain gets them both quickly so we can cancel this challenge as soon as possible. Please, thank you.
Okay, look, I'm going to be honest. Rush go with, well,
Yeah,
every time.
Honestly, the third time he whipped that out, that's
it was game over.
We ruined it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's, you know, it's some people are kind of put on earth to do that. You need
Sorry,
yin to the
Drew.
yang.
We gave it a go.
We did give it a
You
crack.
need someone to be the weights on your ankles, pulling you down. Otherwise, it's not, it's not a comeback story.
We did give it a try for you, Drew. Maybe we'll give it another shot in the future. But 13 to 8, timeout called. Big only have 1 remaining here for this map. And as you take a look right here, it's 5 on the trot for FaZe on their T side, and everybody is playing fantastic CS. 17 for Kirby, 16 apiece for Broky and Rain, and then you have niko and coldzera on 15 to their name as well. So everyone is playing well on the FaZe side of things. The only omission really for Big is Tizian, the more supportive element, but Sirison, he is missing at this stage. If he can come online with the AWP on the CT half and start finding some picks, then we can get into a conversation about Big turning map number 1 around. If not, we're heading to Nuke. It is Big's choice. It is a map where FaZe have had some struggles recently.
Here we go, back into this. Let's see if Broky can get this started. Any initial peeks on it? Keto going to cross a little later. Has a look towards the stairs. No one really there. Early mid contest beginning as well. So it's all starting to build up here, but it looks like, of course, this time around, Big at least have everything they need to fight this back with.
Yeah, niko follows that tracer fire to perfection to pinpoint Tabson's dome.
Interesting smoke there from Zantaris. That actually bounces over towards connector, so we can do that safely, and that's going to continue to shroud the connector position. And Rain, he respects that, not wanting to push through. It's going to melt the clock down to 1 minute, and Sirison dips on out of window. So as they find themselves in a 4-on-5 situation, they are just slowing FaZe down, but continuing forward, it looks like it will be the A finish. Zantaris reclaiming the window position. Keto now in transition, and Sirison actually going over towards B. So this is real problematic for Big.
I quite like the timing on that molly, but I want to look at niko here. How much room does he get? The smoke, he was almost in trouble with that smoke clearing as it did, but he does make it through and keep in mind Zantaris. lent already quite early towards jungle, very aware, maybe even hearing that Molotov get a touch towards them. Rain's position is truly noted, and he does get found. Loses a lot of HP, but then keep in mind, niko is still behind him.
And that's the frag, and niko has found perhaps even a third. Zintara is so low, he would have to hit a one bullet accuracy. No way, timed. Just as niko turned his back, Zintara is tucked in, understandably so, with his HP. For Faze, another real advantage here, and niko will find his triple, albeit belated, nearly the quad. Tizian frustrated,
Missed.
down to 30. Bomb needs to be planted. That's the only way they could lose this round, is if Cold somehow was knocked off that plant. Instead, it's Brokey babysitting. Ironic. And Searson just saving on to the AWP.
Yeah, has to save here. He's finding absolutely no windows in middle to find picks with the AWP, and now it's 14 on the board for Faze. Sure, it's fantastic that he holds this one through, but the 3,400 loss bonus coming through in the next is not going to be enough to warrant a buy. So Big will just have to muster in a couple of pistols, or they can go for a Hail Mary attempt of SMGs, Famises, that kind of a purchase. It's not going to be strong enough to deal with Faze Clan unless someone can step up in a big way and find them a multi. This might be the only real weapon they take into the next round of play. Bomb will go off, go off. We get there in the end. 14 on the board.
Quick little update. NATO Safix just tweeted out, my time as a stand-in for Complexity has ended. I want to send a massive thanks to everyone who's been part of our journey. Any teams interested, obviously you can get in touch with him. But yeah, so I guess they found their replacement. I don't know who it is. I don't think that's been announced yet.
Jason Lake?
He said it will be announced before Halloween, which is the end of this month.
Spooky.
So keeping in mind, I don't think Complexity are in the RMR event. I don't think they qualified for the DreamHack Open Fall, which is going down in about 14 days' time. And also, if you want to look a little bit further ahead than that, I think their next scheduled in event is Blast.
Okay.
So hopefully they have their 5th ready and raring to go for the Blast event.
I swear, Complexity burst onto the scene at Blast the first time around as well.
Had some big upsets at the start of the year, which does just feel like yesterday. But
full circle. Searson does manage to connect his deadly circle into niko's corpse.
Good start.
Bombs at T-spawn as well. So this requires some individual brilliance, and it has been handed out. Maybe Tizian's going to be caught out as well. Kjaerbye does catch a glimpse of the head, confirms there is a deagle in play, and Tizian getting the hell out of dodge. Kjaerbye catches 20, not too bad. Flak for the info. You did pulls Tabson back into kitchen. coldzera's now showing his face on the Palace side of things. Pulls Tabson all the way back around to CT. Keto's the only one there. Missed shot. coldzera's jiggle defensively allocating more and more resources. What's he got here? Rain's got the bomb sandwich. They don't feel the need to rush this yet, and they're right to do so. Brokey dropping a smoke connector.
They missed it last time. Hopefully this one lands correctly. Looks like it will. Tabson still has a chance here.
He does. You're absolutely right. The only weapon in play in his recovered AWP from Searson. Don't have to rush this, but it is getting scary now. There's so many CTs ready for this fight. All 4 of them heading in, and now Tabson's Orb's hitting shots. Cold will take it out of his hands, and now it's only Deagles. Keto's grabbed an AK. Can do it well with it. Tizian's found another. This is getting out of hand, and they've taken it. Big Clan denying the odds and recovering 2 powerful weapons for the game to come.
Yeah, that AK was picked up with Tabson's kill. So Tabson makes that frag, he goes down, AK gets scooped on up, and then they're able to actually find some more damage with it. So great stuff here from Big to keep their head above water, but only 2 more rounds from Faze, and they can definitely buy on through. Brokey will have the AWP, the AKs will come on out, and the pressure is still mounting on Big here. Timeout for Faze, just to discuss their options, deciding how they want to close this one. Do they want to go quick? Do they want to try and close it now? Do they want to go a little bit slower and go for a more direct set-piece approach? Or do they want to continue with the default spread that we've been seeing time and time again? The frags so even on the Faze side of things. 18 now for Kjaerbye and niko, coldzera and Brokey with 17, and then 16 for Rain. So things are going great over there within that Faze camp. No complaints whatsoever. Tizian up to 9, Searson up to 12, but still more impact needing to be found here. It's a long climb back into this game here for Big. Round 24 could be them hitting the double digits. Or it could be Faze getting up to 15, and then Big will have to convert 6 rounds in a row there just to take us to overtime. So back underway we go. Top mid smokes are coming on out. One towards the back of Cat, one towards the window room. coldzera wanting to take space quickly. Might hear some of this jump up. He might hear this in vent. Needs to be ready for it. No, Searson too good, too quick, and that's an opening for Big.
Yeah, another one. Maybe if they go quick on this, but yeah, just crouching into an AWP is probably the worst way to go about it. Rain has found a way back in. That should have been Tabson's. A hard spray, but he's known to hit those. Now Molotov going to force the smoke out. Calculates the trajectory to peek behind it. niko trying to deny this jungle presence, and there's more where that came from. How good is his eyes? They're fantastic. The black smoke from the molly, no problem. And FaZe have turned this one-man advantage. This was a 4v5. Tizian wants to make it a 2v2. Just Rain. They know exactly where he is. niko, though, has beheaded one and another. niko takes control of the round. Another one to remember for one of the very best to ever do it. 15 found. FaZe have returned to that dominance that they started Mirage with.
It looks like Big now have some omissions going into the final round of play here. This is Rain trading out onto Keto, and these fantastic kills from niko is dealing with the rotation. As soon as you know that jungle and connector are dealt with, look at all eyes. They can be turned towards the site and popping off with 2 more. So great stuff here from niko, and the celebrations from Kirby. That says it all. Could be the last round of play here, round 25. AWP for Syrison. Famis's, Deagle, and an M4A4. Utility not bad. Kit in play. They have enough to fight with, and they were able to do more with less just 2 rounds ago. Let's see. Can FaZe close now, or do we go another round further? Zantara's about to be mollied back off the line. Keto's position's known. HP drop, but Syrison will find the kill. So Cold falls. Mid-control is taken, though, in the meantime.
I like what they've done there. Big Clan know they've got to take an advantage, and they not only do that, they take a weapon. And this, and he's everywhere. How has he found that from A? Catching Rain on short through the smoke. Oh, niko. You're going to die, bro. Yep, needs to reposition. There is a Keto on site and a precise headshot. 1 bullet fired. Kyobi's done the same. A 3 versus 5 suddenly, in the blink of an eye, falls into an even keel.
We'll see where Kyobi takes that bomb as well, because he's got the problem of Xantares maybe making an issue getting up connector. The other 2 are going to find that hard to secure. Broky's going to be given one, though. That's Syrison trying to maybe tip the scales, but...
He was ready.
Tizian?
Yeah, he went loud. Tizian thought he had the element of surprise, but that was enough for Broky's youthful ears to hear the necessary, and he gets